This is the most spiritually dangerous world in history. You have an enemy. His name is the devil. Satan is active in his desire to destroy us. He's prowling around like a roaring lion. Every time you respond to fear, the devil takes something away from you. And the key is, don't run. He wants your marriage. He wants your family. He wants your money. He wants your future. He wants your destiny. He wants your health. He wants everything you've got. And fear is how he gets it. You have to stand up. Stop running. Stop running. Hey, before we get started today, I just wanted to say my team told me something that surprised me, and that is about half of you guys watching on YouTube, you are not subscribed to this channel. So if you do me a favor for just a minute, just look down and just click the subscribe button and the like button. Now, when you click the subscribe button, it just means you're going to get all the information that we put out. You're not going to miss information that could encourage you and equip you to live in these end times. Also, when you like it, it just means that more people find out about it. I want you to tell people about us, first of all, but also when you like it, it helps us tremendously. Would you take just a second and hit the subscribe and the like button so that all of you guys are subscribed and all of you guys are telling other people about us? That's going to be a huge blessing. Welcome to Tipping Point Show. I'm Jimmy Evans. We've got some special programming for you this month. We had our gathering in September, and myself, Dr. Mark Hitchcock, Billy Crone, we were all teaching in that conference, and we're going to be showing you those teachings. These are powerful teachings that we show you through the month of December. And the one that I have today, I'll introduce here in just a second, but this is a powerful teaching on living among lions. That's the name of the teaching. Talk about spiritual warfare in these times. Let me also mention before I get into this teaching that this month we're offering buy one, get one free for annual subscriptions. And so for $77, you can buy an annual subscription for somebody and get another one for free. You can use one for yourself and one for somebody else. You can give it to your pastor, to your children, to your parents, to your friends, something like that. But this is the first time we've ever done that. Buy one, get one free, $77, buy an annual subscription to Tipping Point, and you get another one for free. So this is a special opportunity during December. Buy a gift for somebody, give a gift to somebody, keep one for yourself, or you have two kids, you can give both of the kids an annual subscription for $77. And so again, pastor, friends, family, whoever it might be, buy a gift subscription, an annual gift subscription now, and get another annual gift subscription for free. Go right now to endtimes.com, and you can do that right now. It'll be a blessing to somebody. And so let me introduce this teaching now. Living among lions, we're living in very severe times spiritually. And the Lord gave me this message, and it's a message I love bringing. It'll help you to understand how you can live victoriously in the days that we're living in right now, how you can overcome the enemy as he comes against you in your life, which he's doing to all people right now. And so how you can live in freedom and victory in the midst of the situation and circumstances of the end times that we're living in. So here's this teaching from the gathering in September. This message is called Living Among Lions, and I want to talk about the devil. I want to talk about the world that we live in. This is the most spiritually dangerous world in history. There's never been a world like this world. And so many believers are just being taken out by the devil. And this message is about how we don't have to fear the devil. We have authority over the devil. Okay? So the orientation of this message is to let us know how to live victoriously in the days that we're living in. But we need to know because of the days we're living in. This is 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Resist him, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same sufferings are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. And so he says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion. Okay, so it says whom he may devour. The word may there means permission. It means he can't devour you if you don't give him permission to. And so we can easily make the decision that says, devil, you can't devour me. You can't have me. You can't have my marriage. You can't have my health. You can't have my family. You can't have my children. So we can say no. And that's what he's saying here. But two things he says, keys to being victorious over the devil. One is self-control. He says, be sober. Okay. The first, and that is just be in control. Stay in control. Be disciplined. Don't be undisciplined. The areas that we're not disciplined, those are the areas where the devil gets us. And this is not about legalism. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything exactly right. But the main thing is we stay in control. The second thing is vigilance. He says, be sober, be alert, be watchful. And so vigilance just means watching. It's the difference between getting on an airplane before 9/11 and after 9/11. Before 9/11, we just thought everybody was a nice guy. We didn't know that there were evil people in the world. After 9/11, we became vigilant. We became watchful. Because of that, we live in a very, very evil world. We just need to understand the most evil being in the universe hates us. And he wants to take us out. So Peter tells us be watchful, and be vigilant. And then he gives us three compelling reasons to be watchful and vigilant. The first is, he says, Satan is adversarial. Your adversary, the devil. Where he says, be careful. Satan's prowling around like a roaring lion. Your adversary, the devil. So you say, well, Jimmy, I'm a nice person. And I love everybody. Well, he hates you more because of that. Okay. So you need to understand you have an enemy. His name is the devil. The second thing that Peter says here is Satan is active in his desire to destroy us. He's prowling around like a roaring lion. He's not waiting for you to come into his neighborhood. He's coming into your neighborhood. He is actively prowling around, waiting for an opportunity to devour us. Okay, so he's doing. Number three is his appetite is for total destruction. He says that he may devour. He's prowling around like a roaring lion, seeking someone whom he may devour. He's not a snacker. He's not our buddy. He doesn't want to come in and kind of play around with us a little bit. He wants to totally destroy our lives. Jesus said he only comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. He is 1,000% evil. And he's saying he's prowling around waiting for an opportunity to take us out. He says, so be watchful, be vigilant, because you have an adversary. So, in other day and time, you had to convince people that there was evil in the world. This is not that time. But for Christian people, is that everybody loved everybody and the world was a pretty good place. This is not that place. It's pretty easy to sell the fact that we live in an evil world. So I want to talk about how to live safely among lions, how to live safely in the world with Satan trying to destroy us, because we can. So Karen's folks, this is probably around the year 2000. They took us to Africa for 3 weeks. They took the whole family. And this is before we had grandkids, because our oldest grandkids are 23, they're twins. And so it's probably around the year 2000, and we went to South Africa, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. And we spent 2 weeks in the bush with all the wild animals. And that didn't sound like fun to me. I just want to be honest. He says, hey, we're going to go to Africa and spend time with wild animals. I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. It was really a great trip. So we went, and by the way, when you go to the camps, the first thing you have to do at all the camps we went to is you have to sign an agreement that if you get killed by animals, you won't blame the camp. And we call that vacation. And that's crazy. So, and here's what they said. If you'll be watchful and vigilant, you won't get hurt. That's what they tell us every time we went to a camp. So the first camp that we had was in South Africa, and our guides were named Blessed and Solomon. Pretty good. It makes you feel pretty good. And so they taught us a tremendous amount about animals, but a lot about lions. Again, we were in the bush for 2 weeks. I lost my fear, had great respect, but I lost my fear of lions. And in this message, I'll just kind of tell you what they taught us about lions. But here's the number one thing we need to understand about lions. Lions are nocturnal. They're creatures of the night. And some of that's because of weather, but most of it's because of advantage. They want to prey at night so that they have an advantage in how they hunt. We would go out in these Range Rovers. Our Range Rovers didn't have windows or doors. They were just open, completely open. And we would go out in Range Rovers, and at night, we would have 10 or 12 lions packed around our Range Rover, and they would be hunting down Cape buffalo. There'd be a herd of Cape buffalo over here, and I would be sitting shotgun back right on here, and there would be 4 or 5 lions that I literally could reach out and touch like that. And they were using our truck as stealth to sneak up on these animals. So our camps, we would go into the camps. The first camp we went to is in South Africa. It's called Londolozi. And so in the daytime, you had warthogs and monkeys and stuff like that in the camp. At night, you had all the wild animals in the camp. And what they said is, don't go anywhere at night without an armed guard. So this was our first night there. And we went out in the bush all day, and we came back that night. And the places that we stayed were scattered out. They weren't together. So Karen and I had a cabin like up here, and they dropped us off at our cabin. And they said, an armed guard will come get you and take you to dinner, but don't leave until the armed guard comes. It was about 7 at night or something like that. So we went in and got ready for dinner, and no one ever came. 30 minutes goes by, 40 minutes goes by. And so I opened the front door, and I stepped out on the front porch, and I said, Karen, I can see the dining hall right down here. And Karen said, close the door, Jimmy. They say there are wild animals out there. Close the door. And I said, I can see it. I guarantee we can make it down there. Close the door. So I closed the door. So another 10 minutes goes by, and so, I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I want to go down there. I can see the place down there. So I opened the door again, stepped out on the porch, and I said, Karen, I'm watching people walk down there. Close the door, Jimmy. And so I closed the door. I can't believe it's 10 minutes later. The guard comes up the door, and he knocked on the door and opened the door. He said, man, I'm so sorry I'm late. You had a leopard by your front door. I couldn't walk up here. I'm sure the leopard was thinking, it's his first day. Let's don't kill him. Anyway, stupid people don't taste good. I said, he was right there. And so that's how people get eaten. And so they told us at night, they're going to come into the camp. Don't go anywhere. Here's my point. Stay out of the darkness. Lions are in the darkness. It's not rocket science. Ephesians 5. You were once darkness, but now you're light in the Lord. Walk as children of light, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. Finding out what is acceptable to the Lord, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. It is shameful even to speak of those things which are done by them in secret. But all things are exposed that are made manifest by the light, for whatever makes manifest is light. And so the main thing is, again, not legalism, is stand. If it's dark, that's the devil's domain. You can't cast the devil off his own property. And darkness is his domain. It is his legitimate domain. You can't walk into sin and be safe. And so anytime we're in darkness, we're in danger. So the number one thing is just, you can live very safely among lions and from the devil if you just stay in the light. Number two, and this is a word I'm going to make up, but lions are paravisual. This is my word that I make up. Let me explain this to you.